This is it, guys. This is the review that's going to change the game, probably for my channel and for all of YouTube to come. Let's be real and break down a movie about ghosts coming back. Ghostbusters is directed by Paul Feig and stars Kristen, Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, and Chris Hemsworth. This is the reboot to the 1984 original classic iconic Ghostbusters film. I don't think I have to describe the plot, but if you guys don't know what this particular Ghostbusters is about, Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, and Melissa McCarthy, they're all scientists. They team up with Leslie Jones. She works for the MTA. They start seeing ghosts around the city. They form the Ghostbusters. And we have our movie. You guys know the plot. It's really self-explanatory. This has been one of the most polarizing films ever to come. The marketing campaign for this film was critically panned by not only critics but also audiences. A lot of people were really not looking forward to this movie, and I'm gonna say this right now. I was very skeptical going into it. I love the original. It's one of my favorite films of all time. I rewatched it yesterday before I went to the screening last night, and I was just like, I love the actors and I love the director. Bridesmaids is a fantastic film. It's one of the best comedies I think I've ever seen. It's near close to perfect. The Heat was very good, and so was Spy. So this guy's had a pretty good track record, and his trailers aren't really that great because I've seen the trailers for Bridesmaids, The Heat, and Spy. They're not really great trailers, and these trailers for Ghostbusters were absolutely horrendous. But I was faithful going into it. First thing I gotta say is, for the people who have been bashing this movie without seeing it, f*** you. You cannot judge a movie without seeing it. You can't judge anything without seeing it, reading it, listening to it. You can't do that at all. That is not how things work. Okay? See the movie and judge it for yourself. And because I've seen the movie, I'm only going to trust the people who have seen the movie. I'm going to say this right now. Is this a bad movie? No. Is it a horrible movie? No. Is it a great movie? No. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good, entertaining, solid film. Was it perfect? No. I'll get to my flaws later on in the review. But I was entertained from beginning to end. I was enjoying myself watching this film. So let's start with the positives. The best thing about this movie easily is the chemistry between these four women. Wiig, McCarthy, McKinnon, and Jones are all great together. The standout, in my personal opinion, is Kate McKinnon as Holtzman. She was hilarious in the film. I know that some people are looking at her as a cartoon character, but personally, she is cartoony. They're all cartoony, but I enjoyed her in this movie a lot. Maybe I sound biased because I love Kate McKinnon on SNL. Leslie Jones, though, was also a standout. She was fantastic as Patty. I really loved her, and it was great seeing McCarthy and Wiig work together again after Bridesmaids. And it's hard to believe that this is the fourth time McCarthy has worked with Feig. It's crazy. I'm sure they're going to work on another film together after this. Yeah, all four of these women, great. The visuals were really, really cheesy and delightful. Sometimes it didn't work, but for the most part, I really enjoyed the visual scope of the movie. And the movie was really, really funny. It was so funny. I cannot even believe to tell you how happy I was when the movie began and when the movie ended. I was laughing so much throughout the movie. I was worried that because they showed the jokes in the trailers, I was worried that those jokes wouldn't work in the movie. And they actually worked in the movie because of the way they were put together. The way they were edited in the trailer made them look unfunny. That's on Sony's part. Sony, you guys suck. You guys really suck. You have bad marketing skills. You guys are shit. And I love when the film stands on its own. When the film tries to be its own thing, it works perfectly. But leading to my problems, when they try to pay homage to the movie, it just gets annoying. They try to do it way, way, way too much with the cameos and the kind of pictures and stuff. They try to do it way too much by paying homage to the original. And hey, I don't mind it that they were doing that. I mean, that was probably Ivan Reitman saying, I love Ivan Reitman. He's a genius, of course. He's the guy that directed the original. But I like it more when it tried to be its own thing. When it tried to pay homage, they did it so much. If they did it a few times, just a little amount of times, that's fine. But the fact that they kept doing it over and over and over and over and over again, I was just like, can we not do this? I did not like the villain of the movie. I thought he was the worst actor in the film. He was the only performance in the film I did not really care for. The movie was a little too long. I think it could have been cut down at least maybe 10 to 20 minutes. I mean, the original I think was like 95 minutes long. This one was almost 2 hours long. So I don't think it had to be that long. I don't really like it whenever comedies are more than like 100 minutes personally. And people were like, how's Chris Hemsworth? I love Chris Hemsworth when he does comedy. I mean, obviously he's very funny as Thor. I haven't seen Vacation, so I can't comment on that, although people say he wasn't the standout of that movie. He's funny in this movie for sure. He plays the receptionist. He's a big, dumb idiot. But the thing is, as the movie progressed, he got more dumb, and they tried to take it a little too far with the character, and it kind of annoyed me, but I really did enjoy him in the movie. Like, I thought he was a very enjoyable addition to the film. I read some reviews, some early reviews. People were complaining about the ending. I love the ending of the film. I was really enjoying it. The ending wasn't as good as some other parts of the movie, but I really dug the ending. Also, I probably should have brought this up earlier. The end credits is great. Like, it's the most clever end credits sequence I think ever. Stay for the credits. It's so good, guys. Ghostbusters was a pleasant surprise. It's not a great film by any means. If you go into this film bashing it, you might end up being surprised. Is this film going to get to everybody? No, it's not. I've read some reviews, and some critics do not like it, but some critics think it's stupid to judge a film before going into it. It really is stupid. People need to go see this movie. People need to go try to see what they think of it. People who are like so skeptical about it, I would say go see it in matinee. I also saw it in 3D. Dolby 3D, which was a first for me. Oh my god, the 3D was actually really good. I actually really like the 3D, so if you're a 3D fanatic, go check this out in 3D. Overall, Ghostbusters, pleasant surprise. I enjoyed the dynamic between all the women. I thought the movie was funny. I liked the visuals, but because of the constant homage to the first film, as well as the pacing, the movie just wasn't as good as it could have been. I'm going to give it a B+. Guys, tell me down what you thought of this Ghostbusters reboot if you saw it, and I swear to God, I'm only going to read the comments from the people who actually seen the film. If you haven't seen the film yet, just go see the film and then come back and watch this review, then tell me what you think of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.